I think because it's more relatable to on a human level, that's why it feels darker and more scary and more intimidating.
Well, I liked your character because in some ways we know he's going to be the hero because the film is called Prince Caspian.
And because I do this on the poster.
Yes, and because you're so heroic. But he's kind of, there's an ambiguity to him, I think, because he messes up halfway through the film. He runs in up against Peter. And I liked that you weren't just the dashing hero.
Yeah, I was very keen to make sure that he was not a sort of Hollywood stereotype of a prince. I wanted to be faithful to what I had remembered of being, you know, the reality of this character from when I read the books when I was 8 years old. And I think the fact that he's fallible makes him interesting. He is, you know, he is ambivalent about the situations he finds himself in. He doesn't feel like he's ready to be a leader. He doesn't feel like he deserves to be a king. And I think it's those sort of dichotomies that make him interesting, and the relationships between him and the Pevensies are, you know, kind of more subtle and more adult, and they're born out of the frustrations of the situations they find themselves in.
A lot of smouldering looks going on between you and Susan, though.
A few little smouldering looks. Actually, both Anna Popplewell, who plays Susan, and myself were really concerned about that thread of the story because it's not in the book at all. And I think the characters have necessarily been aged up because the actors playing them have aged since they shot the first one. And so they're in the middle of their adolescence, and we were kind of worried that it would be a bit too intrusive on the story. So actually a lot of the flirting scenes between us are not in the film, not in the final edit.
There's a little bit, though.
There is a little bit, but I think it makes the ending, the sort of romantic part of the ending, feel more kind of spontaneous and impulsive and real, really.
When you signed up for 3 in one go. Is that or did you make this one and then sort of decide to keep going with the series?
Well, I agreed to sort of play Caspian in as many as they make. So we're definitely going to be starting on the Voyage of the Dawn Treader in October time.
Right, but you know that's a big thing to step into because first of all the first one could not do well, and you've already committed to others. It will, don't worry. But,
I hope so.
But also, you know, responsibility. You're going to be playing this character. People are going to do any worries that you will become, you know, Harry Potter, or that he's Prince Caspian. That's it for him.
I don't know. He's done a pretty good job, you know, trying to, you know, wriggle his way out of it by taking his clothes off in Equus. I won't be doing anything like that.
Watch this space.
Right. So I think I've been so lucky so far in being offered a variety of different things. I've hardly ever worked in my own accent, for example. I've, you know, played Russians and Americans and all sorts of different things, and I just really hope that kind of variety of opportunities continues to be, you know, afforded to me, really. That's the kind of fuel for me to want to keep doing it, really.
But next up is a British accent in the Noel Coward play?
Yes, I've just finished that, actually. Yeah, a film called Easy Virtue, based on the Noel Coward play, with Jessica Biel and Colin Firth and Kristen Scott Thomas. You always wonder who your screen parents would be.
Right.
And mine are Colin Firth and Kristen Scott Thomas. It was fantastic.
Not bad.
No, it's pretty good.
Not bad.
It's good, right?
Now, I understand you have an action figure for Prince Caspian. Is that right?
Have
you seen it?
There is.
Do you have it?
And I get furious when my friends call it a doll. And it's not a doll, it's an action figure.
Thank God I didn't say doll.
No, I know. I would have been angry. My sword would have come out.
Does he look good? I mean, does he look good in his doublet and whatever?
He looks like the character, I guess. Yeah.
Weird though? That's got to be strange.
Very strange. And when they first tell you about it as a conceit, it sounds really glamorous, and you think about collectors of action figures, keeping them in the box all pristine. And then I remembered what I did with my He-Man figures and my Transformers, which was, you know, smash them against the table and chew off one of the legs and make them fight against each other. So I think, you know, my future is, you know, with an eye missing and a leg missing in the bin.
You are like Toy Story too. You can
exactly.
Woody chucked away. I've got Iron Man in the box though, and I'm reluctant to take him out.
Are you going to get the Caspian one?
If they send it to me. I don't know. Yes, maybe.
If it's free, yes.
My children are a bit too young, I think, to take to this film as yet. But in the future, I mean, I love the books. But I didn't read Prince Caspian. That's what's weird. I read Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and The Magician's Nephew, and Silver Chair. I somehow missed Prince Caspian. I don't know. It wasn't in the library when I went or something. It's funny. Great books, though.
Yeah. Absolutely. I'd read them when I was 8 years old, and I know this because when I got the part, I went and I found my old copy right there on the shelf, and there was an accompanying TV series in 1989 as well, which I watched and was completely magic to me. And in the Dawn Treader part, Sam West, the actor, played Caspian, and it was just completely magic to me, which is why I was so keen to be a part of, you know, relaying the magic of these stories to the next generation.
That's what they are, magical.
Right.
Yeah. My one quibble with the film, I think, is that I wanted more Eddie Izzard, who I absolutely love. But I understand he is in the next one a lot.
He is. No, Rupert Chief is a huge character in The Dawn Treader. And actually, for me, it seemed like there was huge amounts of him in this one because there was none of him when we were filming.
Oh, right.
Obviously, the scenes that we shot with him, I was talking to a piece of wire, you know, on the end of a pole that someone was manoeuvring from, 10 feet off set, and a voice was coming from way in the distance, feeding me the lines that he would say, and then they all changed. I can just imagine him in the studio, improvising and making it up and making people laugh.
Well, hopefully you'll maybe get to work with him in person in the next one.
I would love to.
Probably not,
so.
though. I mean,
no,
he's a 6-inch mouse. It'd be
exactly.
pretty hard to work with him in person. Well, thank you. We look forward to the next one. This one's great.
Thank you.
The Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. Congratulations. Nice job.